Now soften your jaw, soften the skin of your face. Notice as you breathe in what occurs. You feel your back body press down, your side body expand. And then conversely, what occurs on the exhale. Maybe a sense of heaviness, maybe even lightness. And start to smooth your breath out. So notice if there's any jagged edges, any place where it kind of catches or there's a hiccup. When we breathe consciously, it allows us to really drop into the present moment. And right now, it's a gift more than ever. Being aware in the moment, of the moment, void of concern for the future, not tied to the past, but fully alive to this moment, each moment. Allow this to be your steady practice as we move forward tonight. Soften the big muscles of your upper thighs, your hamstrings, quadriceps. And even down into your calves. Soften your ankle joints. What's coming up for me a lot, especially today, even I spoke to it in my class earlier this morning, is abundance. You just breathe in that word abundance, whatever it means to you. I have enough. I am enough. Right, there's plenty to go around. And I was thinking on this earlier, like even the aspect of like, yeah, there's not enough medical equipment or there's not enough masks, but what is happening out of the space of that is things are happening, right? People are coming together and doing what they need to do to bridge that gap. And so really sourcing from that space of abundance, there's more than enough. Right, and we will all move through this. You will move through this. However you need to move through it. Whether it means slowing down, which that's the truth for a lot of us. And then some of us are being called to step forward and to really show up because we have the resources, the time, the know-how to. Allow your bones to be heavy as a rock. And allow your muscles to start to pull away from your solid bones. Stay present and aware. Stay connected and centered. Breathe in through your nose. Ride your inhale to the peak and then pause there. Send it out through your mouth. H-A, ha. Fully empty. And then take another breath in. Feel the air pass into your nose, into your lungs. Hold. Open. Release. Hold empty when you come to the bottom of your breath. And whenever you need to take your next steady inhale, invite yourself to do so. Intention here is to slow your roll. Be in this yin space. Guide your knees together. Bring your feet wide to the outside of your mat. Pause here in your resting pose. Yeah, Emily and Jens, I can't see you anymore. You cut out and then you came back. I see your name, and no worries too. I know you're there. You don't have to fiddle with it by any means. But cinch your shoulder blades together, just a touch on your back body to elevate your chest and heart. Breathe in abundance. And allow yourself tonight to move from the space that there's more than enough to go around. Because we kind of can be stuck in this place and the world has been. But there's not enough to go around. I have to hoard everything. I have to buy everything so I'm good, so I can survive. And shift that from me to we. We're better together, stronger together. Ah, thank you, Miss Sedgwick. There's something to let go around abundance too. Like what's holding you back from sourcing from this place? Fear is one that comes up for me a lot. Moving from scarcity mentality to, oh wow, like the bounty that is available to us. Abundance. Now roll on to your left side and curl up for a moment. You can bring a pillow between your knees or underneath your head. Anytime you feel chilled, you can just drape a blanket over you. Like the awesome thing about being at home is there's actually a lot more props than there is in the studio, and they're yours and they smell like you, which is always nice. And so you can really kind of nestle in here like a little baby bird. And feel held, like you are held, you are supported. Rest into this support. Surrender to it. And now imagine you are made out of honey or peanut butter. I really like peanut butter. Press yourself up. Take your time. And we'll come into dragonfly will be our next shape. And so you might turn towards the long edge of your mat or not. If you're on the carpet, it doesn't really matter. But bring your feet wide. And you can sit your hips up a little higher. I usually like a folded up blanket, works really good. You can, or a pillow, probably a bed pillow would work good underneath your hips as an option to shift your pelvis forward. And just kind of walk your sit bones back just a little bit so you're more on the bones, the sit bones versus the flesh, the buttocks. And then just lengthen first. So actually do this, flex your feet, draw your toes towards your kneecaps, activate through the back of your legs, bring some yang energy. And then from there, just soften your knees, let your feet drop down. And now just start to walk yourself forward. And again, you can call upon whatever props you have, pillows, blankets, and you choose your intensity level. So you might come down pretty far. You might stay supported with your lower arms, maybe even with your hands. Yeah, hug a pillow, that's awesome, Shiva. I love to drop my head, that's fine. Let go of alignment here. Let go that it should look a certain way, as long as you feel it in the inside of your legs, and you might feel it other places. But that's the target areas, your groin, right, your inner legs. Let your feet soften. Let them like drop, like a foot drop. Now, once you have the shape of your pose, just drop into it. It's like a big sigh, a moan, or a groan. You might also feel this through your back if you're folding forward. guys all are. You might feel it through your spine here as your spine's rounding. Unhinge your jaw. It's good to know where you hold tension normally. Shoulders, jaw, face, back, common areas, hips. You know, for me, I'm like a jaw clencher, grinder at night. And I wake up in the morning and I feel like I've worn some life off my teeth the last couple weeks. So being increasingly aware of where you're tight and being intentional about releasing it and taking the time and space to do that so it doesn't accumulate. Bring your attention to your breathing. Not as a concept, but really as an access to sensation. Allow your front body to become real soft. So let your belly go. Let it even kind of pop out a little bit. Soften the skin of your back body. Start from the outside of your skin. And then you can start to journey inward through the layers. Fascia, all the connective tissue, your muscles, right? The intention of yin is to soften muscles, so move into the muscles, explore. And even notice your bones. Draw a deep breath in. Fill your whole back body, all your back ribs. Open your mouth. Let it go. Make some noise. Yeah, you're in your own space. Let it go. Meet the bottom of your exhale. Linger there. Hold on to the exhalation. New breath in. Fill up both sides. Open and empty. Ride your breath out till there's no more. Take your time. Let it be slow and intentional. Pause and hold on to your exhale. And then your next breath, it's right there waiting for you when you need to take it. Gently press yourself up to a seat. Now you can grab the back of your knees and assist your knees together. I like to wing my knees side to side. Roll out your ankles or shake your head out. Make any movements that would feel really yummy. And then your next shape will be resting pose. So this time just lay flat on your back unless you want a little support, maybe a little folded up blanket underneath your head, feet wide, knees together. And this is essentially the receiving pose. Counter pose. Simply feel here. That's your job. So just open up your senses. This is where your chi, your life force in your body starts to disperse. And you might feel that as that gentle humming or vibration, heat. My best friend describes it as like little champagne bubbles moving through your body. Wherever you hold tension, check in there. Maybe it's one or two places, and then choose to relax those areas of your body if they're tensing or clutching on. Roll on to your left side body. Soften the tops of your shoulders. Gently roll up to your hands and your knees. And we'll just take a couple rounds of cat and cow. So, and really you could do whatever feels good here. You might just shake your hips side to side, you might arch your spine, round your spine. But just close your eyes here and just take some movements that would feel good. You can create a C curve by bringing your ear towards your left hip. Maybe sinking back into child's pose. Back up to your hands and your knees. Take some undulating movements here in the privacy of your home. Maybe get a little more wild than you would if you were in the studio. Maybe not. Now, I'll offer two different hip openers. So child's pose, straight up child's pose, obviously a yin style of child's pose, or frog pose. So if you want to take frog pose, I recommend facing towards the long edge of your mat and bringing your knees to the top edge of your mat. That way the bones of my ankles are nice and padded. If you're on carpet, again, it doesn't matter. I can't tell some of you. If you want to take frog, right, keep your feet flexed if that works for you. And then you can come down onto your elbows and then bring a couple bed pillows underneath your chest, or just come into child's pose. Knees wide, big toes together. And in child's pose, maybe a pillow underneath your hips, between your heels and your hips, maybe underneath your chest. Yeah, there you go. What's up, Sheba?
With frog pose, I've never actually known, do I keep my hips perpendicular to my knees?
Yeah, so here, I'll give you a side view. So child's pose, right? So hips over knees are in line with knees, frog, versus child's pose, hips down and back.
Okay, great.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Yes, your hips are more up in the air, but then you can bring your chest down. Yeah. And then if it doesn't work to have your feet flexed, Shiva, you can actually point your toes and come into tadpole, which is in between frog and child's pose. Sometimes that doesn't work with people's ankles. They don't like to externally rotate like that very well. Good. Now settle into your chosen shape and feel it, yeah, wherever you're feeling it. As long as you're feeling it, you know you're doing it. Frog, it's really in the inner thighs, the groin. Child's pose might be that too. Typically, it's more of the outer hips though. These poses evoke a sense of openness, especially frog. Be the master of your mind here. So notice the thoughts, notice the whirling of thinking. That's the first step. And then choose to focus on one aspect of your practice. Breath, maybe honing into one physical point on your body, and that might be where you feel it the most. Doesn't have to be. And then mantras are a wonderful way to stay rooted by repeating a word, a short statement over and over. You know, it gives your mind something to do other than just thinking. And you might input the mantra, I am abundance. I evoke abundance. There is more than enough. You know, we tend to think we need things, and really, I think as many of us are learning, is we don't need as much as we thought we did. You know, as much as physical connection is something that we as human need, that we're able to move through this with that little disconnection for a while. Maybe you feel even more connected than ever. That's been my experience. Inhale, pause, exhale, empty, slowly deflate. Pause, inhale, breathe into your back ribs. Exhale when you need to. Let your body become heavy. And then play with this empty space. See if you can hold your breath, just like you're underwater, but you're safe. There's no reason to panic, and you can inhale right away, and there's no water. Take a couple breaths before you move, slowing down even more than we want to, more than we think we need. Be willing to slow down. Now either shift your hips back or you can shift forward. You guys will all meet in a prone position. So take the next 15, 30 seconds or so if you want to take some rounds of cat and cow. If you want to just come right onto your belly, whatever would feel great, do that. Nicely done, yogis. Notice your chest making contact with the earth underneath you. Notice this heart-to-heart connection with the earth and your heart. Deep connection is happening like everywhere, through distance, through space, through our energetic thread of connection. Feel what you feel. Notice perhaps like the swell initially after exiting the pose of prana. It's like a wave right before it breaks onto shore. A build of energy, And then as time passes, it tends to dissipate, it tends to drop down. It's like a wave crashing onto the shore. If you haven't switched sides, I don't know, did I cue it? I don't remember. If you didn't, yeah, switch sides, whether, yeah. Notice your tailbone. See if you can soften your glutes and feel your tailbone kind of round and lengthen. Now, next pose we'll take is shoulder shoelace. So cross your right arm over your left arm. Your right arm's in front. You're basically going to cross your arms. Yeah, stay on your belly. Stay on your belly. Yeah, here, I'll lay down and show you guys. Put my feet on my little bear behind me. Say hi, bear. So right arm crosses over your left. And then you can walk your hands out away from each other. Oh, you can't see me. Yeah, you guys have got it. And then you can drop your chin towards your tricep or your bicep. And if you want more, you can tuck your toes under, shift your shoulders and hips forward. And so you have more pressure on your shoulder head. So if where you initially started, you're not feeling it much, tuck your toes, shift forward just a little bit, and you'll be feeling it a lot. Yeah, if you kind of need to tilt your head one way, that's fine. And if you need to soften the shoelace a little bit, you can do that here too. You don't want to feel pain. For most of us, we're real tight here on our shoulders, around the shoulder joint. So it usually doesn't take too much to feel this one. We are not going to hold it for as long. Notice if there's any tension through your glutes or back. If you need to have some kind of holding there to support your low back, that's fine. But if you don't soften through the big muscles of your leg, settle your attention on your breath. Putting your attention on what you can do, what is possible. Deep breathing, so good for our lungs always. And yeah, right now, to be exercising your lungs more than you normally do will contribute to your health and vitality. Now take one full deep breath in. Really fill up the space in between your shoulder blades behind your heart. Open your mouth, follow it out. Deflate fully. Push out a little bit more air if you can. Just take one breath here. And now real slowly, real mindfully, release your arms and just bring your arms either out to a T or alongside you, or maybe crocodile, crossing your arms over each other. You can do that here, like a I Dream of Jeannie arms. Experience the sensations through your shoulder girdle. All right, let's do the other side. So bring your left arm on top of your right, like this. And then snuggle into this side. Notice maybe perhaps this side feels a little tighter, so you might have to make the adjustments to meet this side. Tuck your toes under, shift your hips forward if you want more sensation. And then commit to softening your back body. That's where our body is, our protection is our back body, our backbone, our ribs. Relaxing the sympathetic nervous system, relaxing the back body. Allowing yourself this time to rest, to take in, to digest. To reset, to replenish. It's like all these practices that we practice, yeah, you, me, a lot of us, we know they're important. And I've really been an experience of, wow, they're like relying on my practice more than I ever have in my whole life. Really committing to it in a new way, not just for myself, but for everyone, for the good of all. Soften in just a little bit more. See if there's some space in your shoulders. Lower your chest down, perhaps. Inhale, fill both lungs up to maximum capacity. Keep filling so you feel like you can't fill any more, and then just sip in a little bit more air. Send it out. When you feel complete, unwind your arms and flip your opposite cheek than you had before. Choose where you want to position your arms and simply receive. Notice the space of your shoulders, chest, upper back. Just noticing more space, more ease. Now come on to your spine. And take a super yummy, long spinal twist. Best way to end the practice, in my opinion. So you can draw one knee in, right or left, doesn't matter what side you start with, maybe both knees in. So if you're bringing one knee in, cross it over your body to the opposite side. Yeah, know that if your knee is higher up towards your shoulders, the higher your twist will be on your spine. So more into your thoracic spine. And then the lower your knee is, closer down towards the back of your mat, the lower your twist will occur, more at the sacrum lumbar spine. Drop both shoulders down, away from your ears even. Good, Emily. Let me share with you an excerpt from the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo, one of my favorite to read from. It's called Is It Enough? Or It Is Enough. If you can't see what you're looking for, just see what's there. One of the most difficult things for us to accept is that beneath all our dreams and disappointments, we live and breathe in abundance. It is hard when in pain to believe that all we ever need is before us, around us, within us, and yet it is true. Like leafless trees waiting for morning, something as great and as constant as the earth holds us up and turns us ever so slowly toward the light. Our task is only to be rooted and patient. He goes to say that never was this more painfully true for me than during the aftermath of my first chemo treatment. I was in a Holiday Inn at 5 in the morning after 24 hours of vomiting every 20 minutes. I was slumped on the floor, holding the space of a rib that had been removed 3 weeks earlier. And my wife, in anger and panic and desperation, called out, "Where is God? Source, earth energy, whatever you want to call it." And from some unknown place in me, through my pale, slouched form, I uttered, "Here, right here." Fill your lungs up with air, with oxygen, with life-giving breath. Hold at the top. Open, empty out slowly. Inhale, ride like the wave of the breath. Right before it starts to crash, open, let it fall out of you. Pour out. Pause, empty. See if you can pause one more second. Be curious of this space of nothingness. Take a couple steady, even breaths. Now come back onto your spine, come into pentacles. So that's just like the shape of a 5-pointed star. Bring your arms out wide if you can, like a T. And then legs out pretty wide as well, wider than we typically take for Shavasana, maybe to the outer edges of your mat if you have one underneath you. And just rest in the experience of star pose. Rest in the experience of your life. And like, who are you in the moments where you get brought to your knees? Who are you in the moments where it feels like the wind is knocked out of you and you can't breathe? Set yourself up for the opposite side of your supine twist. Meet this side uniquely. Cover yourself up with a blanket or drape something over your eyes if need be. You're all being called to collectively step up to our edge. And it's not hasn't been a choice for us. And so can you heed the call? We talk about stepping outside of your comfort zone. Typically this is a choice, and usually we stay pretty comfy in our comfort zone. We might kind of bump up against the edges, do certain things that we normally don't do, but something like this that we are being called to attend to, much different. But can you stay centered? Can you be okay with being outside of your comfort zone? Being in this new zone that we're in? It's really allowing us to do the work that we've, needed to do, but maybe have put off. Finish the passage from Mark Nepo. The presence of God, of Source, has never eliminated pain, only made it more bearable. Now, when things don't go the way I want, I try to kiss what waits beneath all want. Now, when the car breaks down, though I get angry, I try to hear the weeds in the ditch as they point me to the sky. Now, when the vase drops from my hand and shatters, though I whine, I try to see beneath my reflection a pool of flower water. Now, when hurt, I try to feel my way through the tangle of my very normal reactions into the quiet underlying all experience. Mysterious as it is, no matter our pain or excitement, our drama or circumstance, all that we could hope for is here. We lack nothing. Abundant. The humble challenge of being human is not in agreeing or disputing this truth. That is as fruitless as arguing against gravity. Our humble way, if we can open it, is to root ourselves beneath the 1,000 dreams and excuses that keep us from the ground we walk. Time and again, we are asked to outlast what we want and hope for in order to see what's there. It is enough. Draw a nice full breath into those lungs. Keep filling, fill up even more. Draw more air in, more air in. And then when you need to, let it fall out of you. Feel the release. Practice your next round of breath. Take it on, be your own teacher here. And now position your body back on your mat. And take a couple moments here to set yourself up for the best pose on earth, as you guys know. Sweet Shavasana. Oh, so yummy. And I love how like the sun is starting to set. Everyone's screen is getting all dark. You guys are all cozy. Really, how does it get any better than this? Seriously. Yes, thumbs up, Shiva. Face your palms up towards the heavens. Float your heart Allow the skin of your eyelids to soften and settle. And slip into abundance. Really take that on right here, and as you move forward through your life, through this time we are all collectively experiencing together. We're in this together. We're better together always. Show me the essence of love. Show me the essence of your love. Of pure love, of love. Take a deep breath in. Stall at the top. Open and pause, empty. One more. Fill up to maximum capacity. Like breathe in for another. Linger at the top of it. Inhale. Be willing to linger longer. Deflate, release. Let your breath flow out of you. Pause. Re-invite your natural, automatic breath in. Snuggle up into seedling. The right side will give you more energy. Left side will allow you to slip right back into bed, even if like you even need to move. Shiva, you might not have to. Life is uncertain. It always has been. People who have purpose are powerful in the face of uncertainty. People who are powerful in life are powerful with uncertainty. I think I just said that. Now is a time to get clear on your priorities. Get clear on what you stand for. When you give up what you stand for, you lose yourself. If fear is not a priority, then give it up and turn your back on it. If that doesn't work, then let it be, and it will let you be. Practice standing in a place where you are no longer operating out of fear, but rather operating out of purpose, your higher, highest purpose. Lastly, be kind. Oh, yes. Be kind to yourself. And as Aristotle said, be kind to everyone, because everyone fights a hard battle. These are words from my mentor and teacher, Baron Baptiste. Press yourself up to a seated position. You can allow your eyelids to stay closed. You might kind of flutter them open to a half open eyes. And now unite your palms in front of your sternum, in front of your heart, your lungs. Open your body up, open yourself up. And let's do one united Om. I'm going to unmute you guys. All right. Take a full deep breath in. Open your mouth. Breathe out first. Just joking. Inhale, breathe in. Inhale. Bow your head to your heart. Breathe out. May you be happy. May you be healthy. And may you live your life with so much ease, so much ease. Namaste. Okay, Shiva? Thank you, guys. Thank you. That was so fun. Can you guys hear the singing bowls?
What's that?
Can you guys hear the singing bowls?
Yeah.
You can? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. And then you could hear my Shavasana song, okay?
Yeah, it breaks in and out a little for us.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Still working on the logistics of all this. But so nice to have you guys, be here in the comfort of your home. And like we just get to roll into bed. How cool is that?
Sweet.
I love it. I'm finding so much joy this week in this. So I send my love and I hope to see you guys soon. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, Jens.
Bye.
Bye.